So I felt a little rushed last night, so today I got about 25 minutes. So the first thing I want you guys to do is take out your cell phones right now. How many of you have teammates that are in the building that are not in the room? How many, just by show of hands? Text them right now. Seriously, tell them to get down here as quick as they can because they're going to miss out on some really amazing stuff. And then we're going to do a lot of interactive exercises while we're together. Okay? For this, I just, because it's a small room, if you guys are in the back, just move up because I'm going to do some exercises with everyone. So I want everyone as close together as possible just for some of the exercises. But just do so if someone's not on your team, just text them. Tell them to come on out. Hopefully they'll be here shortly. All right, where is Greg? Is Greg Kite still in the room? Greg, come on up here real fast. Steve Gross, come on up here real fast. I want to do some quick interactive exercises, and I just want to show you the simplicity of when I'm talking about the power of connecting. Yeah, come on up on stage. The power of connecting, the power of giving back, the power of making a difference, okay? While I'm bringing them on stage, here's what I want everyone to do. How many of you guys have smartphones? If you don't have a smartphone, you could go text someone. If you have a smartphone, here's what I want everyone to do. Take out your phone right now on the smartphone, and I want you guys to record a video, right, just like I'm going to go do, and I want you to go send this video, no more than 30 seconds, to someone, you know, it could be on your team, it doesn't matter who they are. But I'm going to do one right now, and here's what I need your guys' help with, okay? My friend's birthday was yesterday, my friend Keith, so I'm going to do a quick message, and we're going to go sing him happy birthday. I'm going to send him the message, okay? Will you guys help me with that? And then I'm going to have you guys reach out to someone that you guys know. So I'm just going to do a quick little video, and let's see here. How does this work? Okay. Well, hey, can you hold it on me? Hey, Keith, it's Larry Benet. I'm actually on stage at HGI. There's their annual national conference. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I really appreciate all the support and your friendship over the years. I want to wish you a very happy birthday. I look forward to seeing you in LA, and I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, not only me, but from everyone here. Everyone ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keith. Happy birthday to you. All right, so Keith, anyway, that's a happy birthday from everyone here at HGI, and I appreciate you very much. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to go send that to him. Now, here's the question. I don't need anything from Keith, but he's just a great guy. By the way, check out his book, Never Eat Alone and Who's Got Your Back. Two of the best networking books that I know. He's one of the most connected guys on the planet. But here's just my simple question. Do you think that would get someone's attention? Yes. Do you think they would appreciate it? Yes. No matter how successful they are. You don't need an audience of people singing happy birthday, but if you just did those simple little things, would that make a difference? Okay, here's one of the biggest mistakes I say, write this down. Most people, they only reach out to people when they want something or need something. Here's another big mistake. Just ask yourself if you know anyone that might make these mistakes. They're in constant pitch mode, pitching a product, pitching a service, or trying to recruit someone. Does anyone ever listen, I've made those mistakes. That was the thing I made the mistakes in when I was with WMA. I recruited people. Write this comment down. People will quit companies. They will not quit on a relationship. Your client will never quit on you. I guarantee it. That was one of the most touching, heartwarming stories I've ever heard. That was unbelievable. Give him a hand. That was unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to go do a quick interaction. So here's what I want you guys to do. 30 seconds. Take your phones out. I want you to just turn it on. And so whoever you want to just send a quick video of appreciation. Just tell them how much you appreciate them. Whatever it is, whoever it is, could be your assistant, it could be someone at home, could be your loved one, could be a business colleague, someone that's on your team that's not here, but just let them know. So just take 30 seconds, and then you can go send it to them later, but just take the second to do that, and I want to go talk to you guys. So what I want to do. Now, if you guys have the ability to go send the video, send the video. If not, you send it later. But I guarantee you, if you do, would you guys commit to this one simple thing? Could you do 3 of those things a day? It takes about 2 minutes. Could you possibly do that? Now, here's my question. Will you guys commit to doing that over the next 30 days? Just try it. I'm not asking to change your lifestyle. I'm just try it for 30 days and just tell me if it works. Yes? Yes. Yeah, a little more energy. Yes or yes? All right, cool. All right, so here's the thing. Steve is someone that I've actually known for probably about 25 years from Atlanta. Now, the reality is we don't see each other all the time, but we do reach out and stay in touch. Now, Greg, I just met last night. Now, I knew of Greg because he was on the Boston Celtics, played with 5 Hall of Fame players during the time. So here's my question to you. So when we just met last night, we obviously connected. And then I don't know if you invited me or if we talked about that, the thing for the NBA. And we went literally, this morning at 7:45 over to the NBA thing, yes?
Yes, we did.
So here's my question. From the time we met last night, let's talk about this morning. What to you did we do together that was of value for you for our initial connection? What did you observe, either questions that I asked, or what did you find of value just in the few minutes we were together?
You offered me a simple game plan of some things that I can do myself to reach out to others and to add value to their lives, and then to do the same thing with my team that I have in HGI.
Now, in the few minutes we were together, you told me that when you retire, you like to either have $250,000 a year or $1 million because you said you have a school that you've been supporting since, what was it?
Since '96.
What's
yes.
your school?
It's called Pathways Private School that we founded in
And you
Orlando.
funded?
Yeah, we funded. Yes.
Did you say you also had a special needs child?
We've got our 2 youngest boys have Asperger's and a little bit of
okay.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned, so what is your favorite things to do with the family or the grandkids? How many grandkids do you say?
We have 5 grandchildren.
5 grandchildren. Yeah. And what you mentioned you like traveling, so you and your wife, where do you like to go?
We just like to go see the family and kids and go see things domestically, go see the national parks, things like that. So.
Okay. So here's my question. Was there anything that we did this morning that was pushy or salesy or any of that kind of stuff, or was it?
No, not at all.
And then what I did when we were in the car on the way over, you turned on your recorder, and I just shared some simple ideas. Some of the ideas, which I'll just share with you, which were get his team to reach out to 3 people a day. And this is what I want all of you to get. Write this down. Yesterday we talked about give back, make a difference, yeah? But if you just reach out to 3 people a day just to find out what they're up to, so could you have, Greg and I just met. So in the last hour we were together, I found out a few things that are important to you business-wise, and I also found out a few things that were important to you personally, and I also found out something that you care about tremendously with the education and the kids and all that stuff. So it's not, would you guys agree that's not very complicated? Okay, now I want to write this down. Trigger events. So, how many years did you play for the Boston Celtics? How many years did you play in the NBA?
I played 4.5 for the Celtics and 12 in the NBA.
Okay, first of all, let's give that's amazing. 12 years in the NBA. Now let me ask you a question. How many people realistically would you say you might know, have met, that have been in the NBA, could be retired? Would it be 50? Would it be 100? Would it be a couple hundred? What would that number be?
I don't know, 500
okay.
maybe.
Now, here's what I would do. Here's a trigger event for Greg. First of all, he's here in Vegas. So if there's someone you haven't communicated with in a while that lives in Vegas, I would take this opportunity to reach out to them again, just to say, hey, I'm in Vegas, you're in Vegas. If you have a chance, love to connect with you, have a cup of coffee or whatever. All these players that you used to play with or know, you may not have talked to them for years, but what a great opportunity. You were just at the NBA Retired Players Association. So could you not, if you wanted to, either hit them up on Facebook, reach out to them via email. Some of them you probably have their phone numbers. But wouldn't that be a great trigger event just to reach out to? Not even try to sell them anything, just say, I was thinking of you.
Absolutely, the events, as much as anything, it's an alumni, it's a reunion,
Yeah.
So we do share those opportunities. It's a great time to reconnect and take that a step further.
So you have some of their text cell phones. Some of them you could video if you can't get them. Because listen, to call people and get them on the phone these days is not the easiest. But you can use video, you could use text, you can use email, Facebook, a lot of different methods. So would you be willing to try to reach out to maybe 10 people that or more, just that you haven't even talked to in a while? Would you do that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to follow up with you because I have your card and I have your contact information.
Okay.
All right, awesome.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Greg. Now, here is one of the king relationship builders in my entire network. One of the most connected guys on the planet is right here in your own room, who's your CFO, okay? Now, here's the thing. Yesterday, let's kind of rewind. So, what is your, what do you personally love to do for, I mean, I know you talked about you like drinking wine. What do you actually love to do? What is your passions?
I'd say that my singular passion is building businesses through talented people on the rise. So getting involved with young technology companies, young disruptive businesses, people coming out of big corporations and starting up something because they're passionate about it and they just need guidance. So being a coach, being a resource provider, plugging into their energy, which rewards me because I get to participate in their energy, and watching the seed turn into a flower and then bloom. That's very, very exciting for me.
So, your ideal perfect client, if someone in this room could refer you to one of your other companies, would be who? By the way, write this question down. Who is your ideal, so when you guys are connecting with your network and you're trying to talk to the people about HGI and they're in another business, whatever it is, just ask them, who is your ideal perfect client? Here's another great question. Who is your ideal perfect strategic partner? I know because here's one of the keys that I've learned about connecting. When I refer Steve Gross to anyone in my network, is he not going to be able to deliver value? Of course. Is it going to, like, it's like 1 + 1 = 11. He is so talented, so gifted. If I refer Greg Kite, who's not going to want to go talk to him, right? He cares deeply as a human being. By the way, before I got up on the phone, write this thing down. It's human to human. You know, at the end of the day, you guys, it's from a connection standpoint. You got to get down to human level, right? Be more generous, give more, serve more, listen more, love more. It's going to be 10 times easier for you to connect. 10 times easier for you to get people to come to meetings. 10 times easier to recruit more. Did you have a question?
Before you refer to Steve, you would ask for his permission first, right? That's okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously I want to ask him. But here's the thing. All I'm just saying is ways that when you meet people, if you met someone, if Steve wasn't part of your company, but is he not a center of influence? He's a huge center of influence. I'm just saying, how could you serve and support someone like him? So sometimes I'm saying it's personal. So for example, I know you personally like wine. So here's the thing. I could send him a bottle of wine, but what if I just found a cool website? Do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
No.
So for example, check out Wine Library TV. Gary is one of the most influential social media guys in the world, but he has a website called Wine Library TV. So if I met him, I might just say, hey, Steve, check this website out, Wine Library TV. I thought it might interest you. What does that take me? 20 seconds? Could you guys do that? Yes. Will you guys do that? Yes. I want to work with all of you so you guys can have, when you enroll a new recruit and they're in your care, those first 72 hours, you really got to be paying attention to these little details on their why. Why are they doing the business? What is Greg's dream? What is Steve's dream? Let me ask you a question. What is one thing on your bucket list, Steve Gross, because you've accomplished a lot, but what is one thing that you have not yet done that you'd actually like to go do?
Stand on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange and ring the bell.
Okay. So I would like to figure out a way to make that happen for you. Now here's the thing. Some of you in this room, I guarantee you, have a connection somewhere, shape, or form in your network that could probably make that happen. Maybe, maybe not. But by asking these simple questions, what I want you to do is take notes. So in my phone, I have Steve Gross, and I'll put information, loves wine, who his perfect client is, would love to do the New York Stock Exchange. My friend Bill McDermott runs SAP. That's one of the biggest. My friend Keith Ferrazzi, the client he manages is the New York Stock Exchange. So I will hook you up with Keith personally, and Keith could probably make that happen. It's all about helping others realize their dreams, yes? Okay? It's not that complicated, yes? I want to debunk the myth that this stuff is complicated. It's not. Okay? You serve more, give more, add more value. I promise you, you're going to see more recruits rolling into your base shops. You're going to see more sales going out the door. It's all about having high trust relationships. It's about investing into the people in your network. All right, so that's awesome. I will follow up with you on that. Okay?
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Would you email me just as a reminder so I can email you a connection to Keith?
You got it.
And the CEO of SAP.
Fantastic.
Greg, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for my breakfast, by the way. Awesome. Give it up for these guys. All right, let's just do a quick interaction. I want you as someone you don't already know, okay? So just very quickly, here's what I want you to do. Just ask 3 simple questions. In the next 6 months, what is their number 1 priority? And then ask them one thing on their bucket list. So I only have 9 minutes left, so can you condense it to 30 seconds, 40 seconds apiece? One person near you, what's one thing on their bucket list? What's the number 1 thing they need help with in the next 6 months, okay? You guys all have all the resources you want or need, okay? It's all available to you, okay? And I really fundamentally believe if you all took on the identity of Hubert Humphrey, if you all believed at your core that you were building the next billion-dollar company, and your base shop, and your company, and your team is going to be the fastest growing, and you're going to help more people win the money game, and you're going to help and serve your network, I guarantee you will see staggering results. And all I'm trying to show you is in the next 30 days, if you do these simple little things, magic will happen. So let's take about a minute right now. What's one thing on your bucket list, and what's one thing they need help with right now? Some of you might need help on social media. Some of you might need help with the product. You may not understand it as much. I don't know, but ask one of your neighbors. 30 seconds to a minute apiece. So, when I do my connection mastery workshops, or when we do our online connection mastery, when we work with people virtually, I'll walk you through. And by the way, if you guys want, would there be value if we did like a follow-up, either a teleseminar or a webinar or something, just to go deeper? So maybe I can work with Jim, or I don't know how we could do something. I could work with your leaders or something, because I know we only have a few minutes here. So, was that help? Just that simple little thing, okay? And again, I'll give you all the questions you guys really need to ask or should ask so you can go deeper in your relationships. Now, here's my question. Write this down. One of my mentors, David Noor, once asked me, Larry, do I have contacts or do I have connections? So here's my question. Do you have contacts or do you have connections? So what I mean by that is some of you really have a lot of contacts, a lot of acquaintances. You don't really know them. They don't really know you. My friend Harvey McKay, he wrote Swim with the Sharks before, he's like 7 times New York Times bestselling author. He's got this thing called 2 a.m. relationships. When the crap hits the fan, your house burns down, you need money, something happens, you call, and you can call people and say, hey, I need your help. And they got your back, okay? It's interesting. I like to, I'm always trying to be kind and generous to others when I meet them. But at the end of the day, you can't invest into everyone equally. There's only so much time in a day. Harvey McKay is a very, I learned so much from him from his books. And a couple years ago, I had the opportunity, he was working on a new book at the time, but he wasn't, I would say, not as up to speed on digital marketing and social media and all that. So I had a lot of those relationships. At the time, I was doing an event at the Sundance Film Festival to raise money for homeless kids, actually, and Richard Branson's charity, Virgin Unite. And I was working every day, starting at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I would work throughout the day. But literally, Harvey's book launch fell in the middle of this thing. So it was the most inconvenient time to be helping Harvey. But I got up extra every day, like an extra half hour, and I would send out email introductions on behalf of Harvey. Just introduce him to people in my network. And the book became a New York Times bestseller. One of the things I always wanted to do, I always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. And years ago, there's been 3 or 4 times I got close. And as a matter of fact, one time actually when I met Hubert and Jody and Rich Stolley, they're like, hey, do you want to come? We're going to Miami. Just got to hop on the plane. But I couldn't go because I had to move. So 3 or 4 times this happened. And the only time I actually got a chance to go to the Super Bowl, Harvey sent me 4 tickets because I helped him on his book launch. Because it was helping him on things he cared about. And guess what? I was rewarded later with something that I cared about. That's how it kind of works, right? So you hear all this. I know you guys know all this stuff. And really, it's just a question of looking at things with new sunglasses, okay? Take a new lens on how you look at connecting with people. Going deeper, serving more, adding more value, okay? All right, so in wrapping up, here's what I want you guys to do. So we'll do 3 things. So first of all, I deal with some of the most high performers in the world, okay? Everyone from Tony Robbins to Peter Guberone of the Golden State Warriors, all these remarkable people. They actually come to my event. They actually pay to attend. I'll tell you this. I have been selectively outsourced on 4 different times in my life. That's a nice way of saying I've been fired, okay? I've battled depression. On numerous times. It's not been an easy journey to get here. If I knew then, 22 years ago, what I knew now, it would have been so much easier of a journey for me. And that's what I just want to impart to all of you, is if you go out, and I just know over the next 30, 60, and 90 days, Hubert always loved 90-day madman cycles, okay? I believe you could change your life. Write these 3 numbers down: 90, 30, and 1. 90-day madman cycle, okay? Let's just try something for 30 days. I think it's going to take you guys about 30 days to build a new habit, a new muscle. So here's the thing. I know all of you are capable of reaching out to text someone 3 times a day. I know you're capable of sending out 3 videos a day of appreciation. I know this. I know each of you. Do you guys all believe you can help 3 people a day in some simple little way? Yes? Well, we all know that, but here's the thing. You may do it tomorrow. You may even do it for 7 days straight, and guess what? On the 8th day, something happens, and then the 9th day, something happens, and guess what? You forget, and then you go back to your patterns again, yes? So the key thing that's going to make the difference for all of you is, number 1, commitment. Number 1 is commitment. Your commitment to doing this, commitment to having the back of your teammates. Whatever goals and dreams you set, you really owe it to your family to make those things happen. You really owe it to your teammates to go out and play big. You really owe it to your new recruits to really be there for them, especially in those first 24 to 72 hours. Guess why? It's like Hubert said, it's like the McDonald's. It's the same thing over and over, but if you got a bad carbon copy on the first week, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to know any difference. So if you can, over the next 30 days, reach out to 3 people a day, help 3 people a day, serve 3 people a day. Imagine this. Jeannie, how big's your team? Okay. How many? 5? 10? Can you get the whole team the next 30 days all helping 3 people a day? Yes. I'm going to call you on it. I'm going to follow up with you this next month. Here's the thing. 10 people on her team helping 3 people a day. That's a lot of people in 1 month. And over 90 days, that's a big impact. We want to create momentum. Hubert talks about the Mo-Zone. We want to create massive momentum, so HGI, so next time I come speak here, there's 7,000 people. Yeah? But a lot of those 7,000 people should be on your team. I am committed to helping you guys, okay? If you guys want my help. So here's the thing. When we do a webcast or a teleseminar or however we get it set up, I just want you to be on the call, but I also want you guys to go get your team on the call. I don't want to be high-priced edutainment. I actually came here on my own dime. I got $30,000 for a 1-hour talk. I did this because Hubert Humphrey helped me, taught me about people, how to appreciate people. He taught me the power of thinking big and tying into people's dreams, hopes, and desires. And I see Jim giving me the exit sign. So I look forward to serving you guys. All I want to close with is I hope you give more. I hope you love more. I hope you care more. And I hope you add more value to more people's lives. My name is Larry Benet, and may you connect and grow rich. Thank you, everyone.